Alright, back at it. Let's see, interruptions. Let's see, we got a washer to measure. Okay, one washer, I'm going to measure it. See what we got. It's supposed to be about an 8. Let's see what it actually is. It looks like we're about a 7.5. 7 3/4. Okay, so we need to drop down to about a 6 even. Okay, so we're going to look down here for our 6 bag. Let's see what we got in our 6 bag. These things vary all over the place. You just kind of figure out about roughly what size you're looking for. There's a 6 even. There, perfect. So that's about 1 3/4, 1.5 less than I had. So that's a good one to use. We'll try that one. Goes on there. Okay, I had this together dry. I'm going to lubricate it this time. I thought dry was going to help me. It didn't help at all. And this way, if it feels good, I don't have to take it back apart again. There are pluses to this. Alright. Okay. Lubricate the bearing. Just like before. Put a layer of goop on the outer surface there. And rotate it in. That'll be good. Washer's in the hole. Very important to make sure it's in the hole. Gooey. Alright, let's get closer. We can kind of see what's going on again. Alright. Center it up again. Let's get over here and see a little better. Not squeaking this time. Let's see, make sure the rod's where they belong. Okay, torqued on. Case is dropping by itself there. That means it's not too tight. Don't feel any clearance. See how the case will drop back on its own there a little bit. You have a little bit of something. There, hear that? There's clearance in there. Okay, so we've got clearance. Okay, it's got quite a bit in there actually. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. I'll show you another way of checking clearances. Bring our workbench here. Said you got to be able to rotate this to check anything. Now if you put the right case on there, you can get side to side when you can actually measure it. Take this, rotate a couple times like this, and grab a crank and go up and down with it. Hear that clearance? So it's got clearance in it. Hear it? Okay, so you got clearance. Okay, the bearing's brand new, it's going to break in. That probably will double after it breaks in. So I'm going to take out another half a thou, or at least attempt to. So go ahead and take this thing apart. Again, the problem right now is I torque this in. I don't know if I can break this thing free. Let's see. Nope. I didn't think I would be able to. I put it back in the stand. Do it stand. Okay, so that was a 6 even. Back hurt. Okay, we're going to pull out the 5s. Up to a 5. Okay, right off the bat we got a 5.5, 5 3/4. There's a 5.5. 5 1/4, 5.5. I'll go with that one. Okay. Throw these away because we're not using them. Okay, so we're going to swap to this one. Alright. This time we know what we're doing, it's going to be quicker. Alright, so you pull that off. So go over there to the press, way down there. Do it again. Washer swap. Alright, this time I don't feel anything. A little bit in there again. It's got the same kind of noise to it. Jiggle, jiggle. Going around, and I'll check it down here again. It's got the clearance in there, see? But I couldn't feel it in the stand, but I can feel it out here. So we could probably take another half thou out of this one, and that's about it. Probably it's going to be getting pretty close. I like a little clearance in these things so you can play with them. This is going to be a hot rod motor, so then a little extra clearance in there ain't going to hurt it. So I'm going to check it again in the stand and see if I like it. Or I could put the flywheel on here and check it that way. That works better because it's a real world dimension. So we can try that method. You're supposed to have 1 to 3 thou in play, so we can check that right now with this. It'll also give us a quick mock-up to check the cam cover and a few other things that need to be looked at, so it doesn't hurt to do this mock-up test like this. Figure all my hardware out too. Alright, dowel studs are on the bottom. These are dowel studs because they're big and fat. They go right down there. Silicone everywhere. About the same length. Should be different length, but this one's too short, see? No washer. Barely got room for a nut on it. This one here is too long because they're almost the same length, which means it's too damn long. Okay, there's all your hardware on there. So we're going to have to find out what our hardware is really going to be. Dump this out. Rag. Sure everything's out of the bucket. This is all the hardware that came out of the bike. There's a couple nuts in here somewhere. Alright, big mixture of hardware. Okay, I'm going to make sure it turns over freely, nothing hitting on it. Appears to be good. Okay, now we check for end play, see if we can feel anything. Could just barely hear something in there. Revolutions. Yeah, you got a very little, just click, 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 and that's it. All right. So right now it sounds like a racing clearance. It can be closed up a little bit if you want to. So it depends on how hard it's going to be driven. So I'll probably take half a thou more out of the washer. It'll give me an excuse to take it back apart again. Okay, now let's see if we can get this thing to pop out. Okay. I need to figure out all this hardware for links and stuff here next, after I get this figured out. Well, that's weird. Jeez. Never noticed that before. The main bearing's coming out the end of the case. Jeez, look at that. Look how far that's sticking out. I don't recall ever seeing that happen before. It's definitely different. Yeah. Gonna stick a gasket here. There. Now that I see this problem here, I'm going to look to see if there's a length issue. I had a gear around here somewhere. Okay, here's a gear. Stick that on there like that. And there's a new nut right here. Oh, and the keys. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to take the new nut and just put it on here. It's finger tight. Looks like it shouldn't be any clearance issues, but we'll see in a minute. Okay, this is our cam cover. Going on there tight. And the camshaft. So we got our inner thrust washer. Should be an outer washer somewhere. Must be a Harley cam. Harley cams don't have thrust washers. They figured out they didn't need one. They don't adjust anything, that's why they don't need it. Okay, we're going to stick a 50 thou washer in there. That's the old standard starting point. So there's a 50 thou washer. There's in the cam right here. Harley's washer, that's built in. You know, it's machined with that number in there. fit. Definitely got in play. It's not locked up, that's a good sign. Backlash in the teeth though, hear it. Find a couple Allen bolts here to use. Hold this thing down. Same length. That'll be enough for what we need. A crappy Allen bolt. The head's going like this as I tighten it. This one's too long, I don't think it'll tighten up. Sucked it all up. This one's too short. So move. Crank turns freely and no binding. That means the cam cover actually lines up. See how the crank comes back on its own? That means it's not binding on the pinion shaft. These cam covers get misaligned. The pinion shaft is not in the right where the crank is at. It'll be offset a little bit, which binds up the crank. So when you turn the crank over, you can feel it binding on something. This one turns nice and freely all the way around. So I'm letting the weight of the crank do its job. See, it's got thick oil in it, that's why it's turning slow, but it's no binding. That's good. Now you take your fingers and put them inside the cam right here. Get it clicking. Usually I use both fingers so I get better clicking noise. That means you got backlash in the teeth. So that'll transfer through the whole system. It's not like loose valves. So that gear needs to be a little bit bigger than whatever it is right now. So I need to go up 1 or 2 colors bigger, tighten up that clearance. So everything you do, you're checking stuff. This is your in play. Obviously we have a lot of that. So, see right over here the washers. So I put my whole fingernail in there. So much clearance do we really have? Yeah, this is 15 or 16 thou right here. So with that in there, we still got clearance. So we can take out 15 thou. So that was a 50. We can go to a 65. Here, I'm going to try a 70. Not sure if I want to go all the way to a 70, but we can try a 70. It might work. Definitely has a lot in there. This gasket's not tight, so it will pull in a little bit from that too, but we definitely have a lot of clearance. Okay, so we got a lot of different things we checked. So what I got to do now is figure out my bolt lengths, because that's more important to me right now at this point. I'm going to pull out half a thou more out of the Timken bearing. There we go. So I don't need to show you doing that because I did it 4 times already. Unless you like me watching doing things 4 times in a row. Okay, so I'm going to figure out my bolts. The customer wants a short acorn nuts. Wherever they ran off to. I'm going to do that bag of them. Right here, you want short nuts on here. So I'm going to go ahead and work out my stud lengths and figure out what I got to do to make that work. I might have to do a little trimming too, we'll see. Alright, I'll be back in a little while.